Hey guys!
Hey, welcome back guys. Thanks so much for bearing with us as we took a few weeks off to find our perfect truck and trailer, which we have done, and we want to tell you all about them.
Yeah, so the truck we got was a 2015 Ram 1500 EcoDiesel. One of the main drivers in this shift was to get better gas mileage, or should I say better fuel economy, because this is a diesel truck. It is one of the smallest diesel trucks you can get.
And fully capable of pulling the size trailer that we wanted.
So not everybody knows this, but it's important to not be maxed out on your towing capacity all the time. You want to leave a little bit of a buffer, so only use like 80% up to 90% of your tow capacity.
Yeah, it kind of depends if you're going to be doing a lot of mountain driving, maybe edge toward that 80%. Our truck can tow up to 7,700 pounds. Our max trailer weight is like 5,600 pounds, so we're well below where we need to be, and just make sure that we're not constantly straining our truck and its engine.
Yeah, because we want it to last as long as it can.
Yeah, so we're really excited to have this new truck. It's really fun to drive. And for our trailer, we got a Northwood brand, which is known for being a very quality, they build a lot of Four Seasons trailers. Ours is a 2003 NASH 19B. It's one of the smallest of the NASH line, and that was really important to us. We wanted to be well under 25 feet, and this one is 21 feet long.
Another feature that we loved in the NASH trailers was the large tank capacities, especially compared to other trailers, which normally have pretty small tanks. The NASH contains a 40-gallon fresh, 40-gallon gray, and 40-gallon black.
Give or take.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's a little wiggle room in there. But the black and the gray are pretty dang close to what we had in the Bounder. The fresh tank is it's about half the size. However, that's a lot easier to fill 5-gallon jugs and top it off, as opposed to having to move the whole rig and go dump if those other tanks get full. There are several other things on our must-have list, which led us to getting a travel trailer over a van, a Class C, a truck camper. We wanted a queen-size bed, and that can be really hard to find in the smaller trailers. We originally thought our Xterra might be our tow vehicle, but when we started really looking and considering the R-Pods and the mini drops, they just didn't have all these features that we wanted. So we needed a dual door fridge, so that just means a larger fridge capacity, not kind of the dorm size. It's still smaller than the Bounder, but can fit everything we need. It's got a double sink in the kitchen, a 3-burner stove, just like we had in the Bounder, a full-size dinette. The coach that we got actually came with a couch in the front that converts to a full-size bed. However, we took measurements and we made sure that our queen-size mattress would fit up there. And so we're going to be removing the couch and building a platform for our queen-size mattress up front there, so it'll be permanently a bed.
Another feature we really wanted was one engine to maintain. So rather than having a Class A with its own engine towing a toady with another engine.
Or a Class C towing.
Yeah, or a Class C towing. We wanted to just have one engine to maintain. And we could have gotten that with a truck and truck camper as well, but we probably would have needed a dually truck for that, and that's not as easy to park. Yeah. We wanted to have something that's a lot easier to park in a regular parking space.
Yeah, we find ourselves at smaller trailheads a lot, and just having a large dually truck was an overwhelming idea coming from the Xterra. And so we wanted the smallest truck we could find with the best towing capacity to tow a reasonable sized trailer, the smallest that we felt would work for us. And you don't necessarily need a dually with a truck camper, but we honestly weren't seeing a lot of truck campers in our area that really fit the bill for us. I was really interested in the Bigfoot brands and the Lances, and it was becoming a daunting task because we didn't have the truck or the camper which do you buy first, and if you buy one but then you don't end up getting the camper, or it just was very complicated.
Yeah.
And so that really drove us toward seriously looking at the trailers. Another great thing about the NASH is there's a lot of indoor storage, cabinets, closet over the bed, and there's also a pass-through storage at the front of the rig, and then we've also got all the storage in the back of the truck.
It's not pass-through.
Oh, you're right, it's not pass-through, but it spans the whole width of the trailer. We've got plenty of room on the top for solar. One of our viewers wondered what our setup might be for solar.
Yeah, I think we'll end up with probably about 400 watts, 400 watt panels. Haven't decided if we'll do flexible or hard yet. For batteries, they hooked us up with brand new 12 volt batteries before we left the dealer, so I think we're just going to stick with that for now and see how long we can make that last. I'm going to put in a 2000 watt inverter and tie it into the 120 volt system so that it just works automatically.
So it wasn't a must-have, but we really wanted to have a dry bathroom. A lot of times in the truck campers you find a wet bath, or they're just very small spaces. Same is true in the R-Pods. And so it was just a nicety that if we could have a dry bath, that's what I really wanted. And the bathroom is at the back of the trailer, and it's pretty dang good size. We actually have a shower tub combo in there, which is kind of amazing. It's a very tiny tub.
Yeah, but still, that's a perk.
It makes it a lot easier to give the dogs a bath. Speaking of the dogs, we had a question from Eat Sleep RV Repeat about how the dogs were handling the new trailer. And I think when we moved in, they were a bit overwhelmed. They didn't really know where to go. They didn't have nearly as much floor space, and we were just moving in and out with boxes. And so it took a little adjustment. But now that they know where their little hangout spots are, they're golden. We did end up having to cut a lot of our belongings down. I think I probably diminished my wardrobe at least by a third, maybe a little more, and there was just so much we were carrying around in the Bounder that we really didn't use, so it was a good time to just go through and get rid of all that stuff. Purge, yeah.
We are still getting used to all the little differences involved with towing a trailer versus what we were doing. Learning how to back up properly, just learning how to tow properly. With the trailer we have to do a weight distribution hitch, and we're still kind of wrapping our minds around that. Yeah, getting that balance right.
So one of the first things we did when we bought the trailer was put brand new tires on it, and that's because it's a 2003 and it still had the original 16-year-old tires on it. So we were honestly a little worried about getting it back to where we were staying, but that worked out just fine. So we ended up getting these like really great beefy off-road tires, which
they're a little bigger than the originals.
Yeah. So they're a little tight in that space, but still safe. But it works well because the NASH's and the Northwood brand, they build off-road chassis, and there's very few manufacturers that would encourage you or say you could take their rig off-road. But this is one of them, and so that was also a big selling point for this manufacturer with us. There is a lot more to tell, but we're going to wrap this up. We are not in the trailer right now because we have come to Logan, Utah, and we need to do some repairs. We found some evidence of water damage in the trailer. I think it probably sat on the lot in Eugene, Oregon.
Probably through the winter.
Probably all winter long, being somewhat neglected. So we have come to Brad's family's house. We're going to be in the shop and be able to take things apart a little bit and see what we got going on. So I don't know that we'll still be consistent with the weekly videos, but
yeah, it depends on how long it takes us to clean this up.
We'll check in here and there, and we're being a little more active on Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to post any questions for us, things we didn't answer or that you're curious about. I just didn't want things to feel cramped in the trailer, and this one feels a little bit more spacious than others. It's bright, there's lots of windows, there's good air circulation, I believe. And yeah, we're just...
Nice big closet.
Yeah, we're just really in love with this little rig.
It checks all the boxes.
It did, amazingly enough.
We had a pretty long list of things that we had to have, and there were very few rigs that satisfied everything.
Right.
So, when we found it, we just had to jump on it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even though, there is some water damage, we just were not finding anything else that really met our needs, and we thought, this is something we can handle.
Yep.
So, stay tuned for more. We're so glad to connect again with you guys, and we'll be reaching out again soon. Wanderland Travelers out.